Here we are, live on a Thursday again. Gonna wait a little while. Say hello. Hello! Hello and all that. They might see one or two of us to join us. Yes, nice to be back. It's a Thursday, it's 8:15. It's hello. Well, one person, fantastic, brilliant. 5 people, brilliant, fantastic. Hello, good evening, Christopher. Vera. How you doing? Nice to see you. Good evening, all. Just a quick one. So, the whole point of this is to have a kind of weekly catch up and see what's going on and have a chat and talk about all sorts of irreverent nonsense and anything we want to talk about, really. Hello, let's see you. Yes, great. So we're calling this the Acoustic Lounging About, and it's an opportunity for you to ask me questions and to talk about anything you want. I might play a couple of songs, I might not. Who knows? We'll see how we get on, but I probably will. But anyway, so yes, like this now, please, if it's the first time you're watching it. Love it if you're a regular. I mean, I know this isn't the Acoustic Busker, digital busker, but it is the next best thing. Something different. It's a magazine. It's a chance to say hello and reconnect and all that sort of stuff. So I think I'm missing you guys. What can I tell you? I miss you all. I miss you all so much. So let's see those love hearts. Let's see those love hearts, because I'm sending them out to you. I'm sending them out as a way of saying thank you so much for being here. So yes, and if you're watching live, please comment number 1. If you're watching on repeat, please comment on number 2, and in the comments below. Where are you in the world? We ask this every time, but it'd be nice to know where you are if you're watching from somewhere abroad or somewhere fantastic.
I can tell you already, Simon is in Toronto.
No way.
And Jeremy is in Moscow.
What? Moscow?
Yep.
Been to Moscow? A lot of motorways there, isn't there? Biggest, widest motorways I've ever seen in my entire life. Unbelievable. But anyway, well, nice of you to join us. Thank you so much indeed. I do have hair underneath this hat, but it's a bit of a rubbish hair day, so I've got a good hat. So there we are. So yes, purpose of this whole thing is to hook up, talk about daft stuff, like I say. So just want to mention a couple of things first before we get going. Anyone who's bought one of the winter warmer t-shirts or hoodies, just to let you know, they are now in production, so they will be on their way to you very, very soon. Thank you for buying those. That was very, very kind of you. Yeah, and I'm looking forward to know what you think about them and stuff. So, yeah, I just wanted to sort of introduce you to the acoustic lounge. This isn't the kitchen, but this is where the magic happens. This is the laboratory, and as laboratories are, usually sort of strange, weird places. It's not that strange and that weird, but I've got my Pro Tools over here. Look, I've got my Pro Tools set up. That's where I do the recording, did all the vocal recording for most of the Wayward Sons albums here, and lots of editing and all sorts of things. Lots of stuff happens here. Got the speakers. I've got that weird doll. All sorts of things. Yeah, I mean, I've got a pair of pliers. That's got them, and I've got spare glasses. Spare glasses. All we need is spare glasses. And of course, no laboratory would be complete without a staple gun, little stapler. So yeah, lots of things happening, lots of wires. Don't know what any of them do, and that thing there. And when I'm in the sort of laboratory, I mean, you can't see the other side of it. Maybe one day I'll show you the other side of it. I'll show it all. But I've got all me films and my books and all the rest of it. And I was rooting through my books earlier on today, and I found some stuff here that I just thought you might be quite interested, because we're celebrating 29 years of the Jam album. I found that. Look at that. That's a songbook that contains all the chords and all the dots, as we call them. All the dots, look, there we are, look, of all the songs and stuff like that. So that was quite cool seeing that again. And I was really excited when that turned up on the first year we released that record. I mean, because it was such a successful record, we were able to have that done. So that was cool. I found a copy of the album, look there, and also Jam on film DVD that somebody very surreptitiously put together for me. So yeah, it was nice to see all those things again. Yeah, 29 years, can't believe it. Ridiculous, really, isn't it? But no, this is what it's all about, isn't it? Time passes, so we've got to grab hold of it and enjoy as much of it as we can. So keep your questions coming. If anyone's got any questions, I have backroom staff already posed and waiting for. So I'm just going to play it. I'm going to play this song. And I actually wrote that song here in this room, or pretty much anyway. So yeah, because it is the acoustic lounge, the acoustic lounging about anyway, or the acoustic laboratory. Taken from the Wayward Sons album, of course, even up the score. I'm looking forward to getting out, just a word on that. Looking forward to getting out and playing the shows, rescheduled shows that are in March, starting March 22nd, I think. But we've got a show at Winter's End for the Planet Rock, which is a Planet Rock event, on the 4th of March, I believe, Leamington Spa. Any questions coming in there at all?
Yeah.
Oh, very, very quiet. You've been very... Yes.
Daniel asks, do you record your Planet Rock show from the lab?
Oof. That would be a secret, wouldn't it? But it isn't anymore. Well, yeah, because we're doing stuff remotely. Yes, whenever I need to do it, I do it here. Yes, of course. It's all here. The magic's in the walls, Daniel, in the walls. Yeah, there you go.
Pete Evans, have you started training for your Ben Nevis jaunt yet?
Well, I got the shoes, Pete. I got the shoes. They're around here somewhere. Well, if you call training thinking about training, then I'm starting to think about training. Well, no, we're going to. We have got some trips planned to go up a few peaks and things like that. I mean, I looked at the route today. Funnily enough, Adam Hayward. Just before I carry on with this, actually, if anyone doesn't know what this is, there's a group of us going up Ben Nevis in aid of the Sophie Lancaster Foundation and to raise money and etc. There's quite a few people. I think some of the guys from Massive Wagons are going. I think some of the guys from Those Damn Crows are going as well. I'm going. A couple of other people. So, and we're all traipsing up Ben Nevis. Now, I've never been up Ben Nevis, but I looked at the route today, and it looks doable, but it looks, I think looks can be deceiving. So if any of you guys have been up Ben Nevis, let me know what you think it was like. But looking forward to it. Yeah, and I think it's a really, really great, cause, and organised by the wonderful Adam Hayward, who is our leader and our motivator. So if you can support that, I'd very much appreciate it. Yeah. Anything else?
Sorry, yes. Sharon asks, can you give a shout out to her hubby Tim, who's just celebrated his 50th?
Hey Tim, how you doing? 50? You're a young sprout. That's what you are. I think 50 is the new 12 years old. Mind you, I haven't really grown up since about 12 anyway, so there we go. But yeah, 50, easy. It's the easy one, 50. Easy, no problem at all. I went to see Saxon a couple of weeks ago, and at Hammersmith, I call Hammersmith the Odeon. It's not the Apollo to me. It will always be the Odeon. And there was Mr. Byford strutting his stuff at 70 odd years old. I mean, unbelievable, actually. As the whole band were, incredible. Never seen anything like it. Energy that would shame younger men half their age, and it did make me think that maybe I've got some years left as long as I keep myself in reasonable shape and all the rest of it. But yeah, so it's only a number there. Anything else?
Richard says he did Ben Nevis. It's a long walk, but it is doable if you are steady, but you do need to get a few good walks under your feet first.
Yes, I think that. I mean, we do quite a lot of walking. Just we are quite good walkers. But yes, I'm not taking it for granted at all. And I was reading on the online site sort of about the stuff you're supposed to take and how you should prepare for it and all that. So not taking it lightly.
And Sarah said do the 3 peaks, which we are thinking.
Yeah, we're thinking of doing the 3 peaks, you know,
it's one of the 3.
Yeah, maybe not the all 3, but yeah. So no, it's a good, you know, I'm looking forward to it. I like the challenge of it, and I like to walk anyway, so it should be really good. So I'm not going to stay huge amounts of time tonight, but I've got a couple more tunes I'm going to play for you. But I would like to. I just wanted to talk a little bit about Planet Rock, because I've kind of got this. You know, I've been doing it for 2 years now. I think I'm on my 104th show this coming Sunday, which is extraordinary. I can't believe I managed to keep you know, they allowed me to stay for so long, frankly. But it's been great fun, and you know, as you know, if you listen to the show, I've been doing things in between the songs and all the rest of it, and right in the middle of the show, when I did my Toby's Moby, which was kind of loved and hated in equal measure. Oh no, that's gone off. Put that back on. Hey, there we are, backdrop. But now I do a thing called Toby's Trailblazers, which is kind of my journey through history of songs that not only sort of influenced the whole of music development and rock development, if you like, but also that really influenced me. And a couple of weeks ago, when I did my first one, I did Born to be Wild by the great Steppenwolf, which was, I said on my show, I think it was one of the very first songs that I ever played live, with the original version of Little Angels, which was called Zeus, believe it or not. And it was Mark Plunkett was in the band, and it was because it was so simple to learn, and a great song, you know. And I talked about that song, and then what I've been doing after the shows in the following week, I've been following that up with blogs and video and audio to follow on with this whole concept of discussing these things. And so, for instance, in the Born to be Wild week, I then did a video about Dennis Hopper, because Dennis Hopper was in Easy Rider, of course, which was very much the key song in that movie, was Born to be Wild. So I then talked about Dennis Hopper, because I'm a big fan of Dennis Hopper. So if you go on my YouTube channel, which you can be accessed through my website, of course, which is it's Toby and the whole truth. Sorry, TobyJepsonOfficial.com. Go there. Sorry. You can see all this stuff, and what I want to do is I want to sort of get a conversation going about all kinds of different aspects of the art that are all connected. So last week I talked about the wonderful Trogs and the song Wild Thing. Now it's interesting to note that in a similar way, it actually was, I think, probably the first song I ever learned to play. I didn't ever play it live, I don't think, but it was because it's so simple, and its genius is that it is so simple. And I think that's kind of often very badly missed, I think, in modern music making, is the simplicity thing. Certainly in rock, I think there seems to be sort of an obsession with complexity and stuff like that, you know. But I think if you learn something like Wild Thing, it is so unique, so specific and so immediate that there's a real lesson in the kind of in the simplicity of it. So I'm going to play that now, and to give you an idea of it, it's ever so simple. I mean, if anyone has got a guitar or likes to play, it's really easy. It's A, D, and E, and then it does that, and it's really simple. So I'm going to play it now for you. I'm just have a little, just for a bit of fun. I love you, but I want to know for sure. Come on and hold me tight. I love you, yeah, wild thing. You make my heart sing. You make everything groovy. come on and hold me tight. You move me, yeah, wild thing. You make my heart sing. You make everything groovy. Wild thing. Big rock finish. See, really simple, isn't it? But actually, beautiful because of it. That's so yeah. So what I've done this week is I've now done a video about Oliver Reed, because Oliver Reed famously did a really, sort of, or infamously did a performance of Wild Thing on Wogan, I think it was. I don't know if you guys remember it at all, where sadly he was really drunk, but it became a kind of classic piece of television, still is. But it sort of got me thinking about him and the fact that he's one of those actors. I mean, I've always been an massive Oliver Reed fan, and it got me thinking about sort of the way that people perceive, you know, big stars and sort of people who are really, really in the public eye, especially back then, in a kind of very, I guess, a sort of a time when the moral concerns of all of that stuff were completely immaterial, really. Oliver Reed was famously big friends with, Keith Moon, and they were like hellraisers, and it became the stuff of the front of newspapers. But I sort of think it's really sad, because actually Oliver Reed was a wonderful actor. And if you don't know much about his work, you probably only know the very obvious stuff, like Oliver, for instance. I mean, that's probably the first time I was ever introduced to Oliver Reed, and he was in the musical Oliver, where he played Bill Sikes, and an absolutely brilliant performance, central, really, I mean, bruising performance, eerie and extremely sort of tough performance, you know. And he was in some other amazing films, Women in Love, Tommy, of course, with The Who, where he played Tommy's father, The Devils, another Ken Russell movie, and of course, I guess the one that everyone would remember is, Gladiator, where sadly he died, you know. And there's a really sad story about that. You know, he was sober at that point, and got into a drinking challenge at a local pub and couldn't ignore it, sort of thing. It had been so part of his life, the drinking and the hellraising, and sadly passed away. But of course, you know, Ridley Scott continued to make the movie and got Oliver in there and did face replacement and all that. But I would urge you to go and look at his films. There are so many movies. He was massively involved with Hammer Films for years and years and years and years. And I think it's sad that that side of him overshadows the real quality of an actor, you know, the quality actor that he was and the films that he made. So yeah, check it out. And whilst I'm here, I'm going to start doing some sort of basic recommendations and some reviews of some TV and movies that we've seen. I don't know if you saw my post about Moonfall. Not very good, in my opinion. But you could go and watch it. I mean, I am an Emmerich fan, but I was very disappointed by that film, and it was so completely stupid. I was laughing more than anything else. But anyway, something I've been watching this week on Netflix, and I don't know if you've seen it. You might have done, because I like the kind of like police procedurals, and this is a police procedural from Iceland called The Valhalla Murders. Starts off quite slow, and you think, oh God, I've seen all this before, but actually it develops into a really interesting story over 8 episodes. Would very much recommend that. So that's my recommendation of this week. If you're looking for something to binge on, check it out. It's not the greatest thing ever, but I think the central performances are really good, and it's a good, twisty, windy story. So check that out. What about Boba Fett? Let's get some opinions about that. I mean, I was a big Mandalorian fan. Not really sold on Boba Fett. What's our opinions about that? Good moments, but I don't know. What are you thinking about that? Any more questions coming in there?
This isn't. Yeah, Steve asks. He's working on extending his vocal range upwards.
Right.
Some tunes are a bit of a stretch. Any tips on how to expand range upwards?
I think you have to sort of accept where your range is. There's no real way of stretching of your vocal abilities if you don't have them naturally. And I think what can happen is, and has happened to a lot of singers, is that if you try too hard and you really can't do it, you can damage your voice. So, and it's not about how high you can sing, it's about what you sing with and the quality of your voice. So for instance, these days I tune down a step. We go down a full step when we play live because my voice has naturally deepened, and I'm finding I'm enjoying my voice being deeper. So whereas like I might have been playing in the key of G, you know, or up here. Well, actually, G's there, come down stepped here. You know, we drop it down to F, or you know, or so on and so forth. So I think the key thing really is find out what your range is. Go to a piano or get someone to help you with it, and find where the bottom end of your range is, where you can sing a natural note for, I would say, for a few seconds without it wavering and without it being difficult. And then go all the way up the scale and find until you can you can't go any further high up, and you can hold a note at the high end as long as you can, and find out what that range is, and then find the keys that suit your voice within that. I think that's a more sensible, pragmatic way of approaching singing.
Matt's come on, he said he's looking forward to his foot massage on Saturday night.
Is that Eldridge, is it? Crying out loud, honestly. I can't. Yeah, of course, mate, yeah, don't worry about it. Let's get some toe jam happening. Oh, yeah. You remember? Oh, yes. So I just have to get the backdrop back on. It's an expensive backdrop. I'm not wasting that. Not wasting that. Look.
Could you please say again about Michaela's asking about this Family Crest merch? When is it being
yes. Thank you for everyone who has bought one of the t-shirts, the winter warmer ones. Yeah, we've ended the pre-order. I think it was a week or so ago, and we've talked to the manufacturers. They're printing them now. They should be out within, I guess, within the next week or so, something of that nature. We'll keep you posted. Thankfully, all of the kind of COVID problems have massively reduced for all the printing and stuff, so I think things will speed up a lot more now. They have got backlogs and it's difficult. Brexit hasn't helped at all, of course, because a lot of their stuff, you know, the gear that they get in for printing comes in from the continent. So, you know, there is a bit of problems there, but anyway, we'll endeavour to make sure that happens really quickly. And I just want to talk a little bit about Patreon. Just a real brief thing. We've launched some new tiers at Patreon. I don't know if you noticed that those that might be sort of being wavering up whether you want to join in or not. We've got a £1 monthly tier. I'm just going to go through them quickly, where if you join up, you get a newsletter, exclusive merch, and access to merch discounts, and access to the Patreon feed, and you get notified when new content is becoming available. We call that the Busker's Cap. We've got a £3 tier, which is Fantastic Friday. We call that one, and that includes the Busker's Cap, new media on the Fridays, and access to the vault. Then we've got a £5 a monthly tier, which includes Fantastic Fridays, a live gig, which happens once a month. I'm doing my once a month live performance on the last Monday of every month through Patreon exclusively. And this month we're doing Jam. Hold it up again. I'm doing all the songs, well, as many songs from Jam as I can manage, and also that Jam era, and that's specifically for Patreon. So if anyone wants to join for that, then you can get that for £5. If you don't want to join for the whole month, you can just join for that, you know. So there's lots of different ways. And of course, the £10 top tier is where you get absolutely everything. And we love our Mondays. Mondays is where it's all at, where we have a live event and I talk about loads of stuff and we have good conversations. We get you on the screen, and so there's lots of things. And we've got hopefully a proper live event we're planning at the moment. I don't quite know when it's going to happen, but we're trying to make it happen this year for people who are in Patreon to get together and have a sort of bit of a shindig somewhere in the country, to be revealed. So there we go. So yeah, just a couple of things. Facebook group is at Toby and the Whole Truth, and my Patreon, if you're interested in Patreon, it's patreon.com/Toby and the Whole Truth. There we are. So yeah, and of course, if you want to give me a tip for tonight, you can if you want. It's paypal.me/Jepsongs. There we go. So yes, any more questions before I do a final song here?
Just telling everyone to batten down the hatches.
Oh yes, the storm. We've got a storm brewing, haven't we? There's always a storm brewing in the acoustic lounge, though, in the laboratory. What do you think to the laboratory, Dan? Have we got a thumbs up? Is this a heart? Some of your hearts, if you like, if this is working for you. Sort of Thursdays, I think we're going to make this every Thursday. A bit just a catch up, really. So sort of let you know what's going on and all these other, anything lovely we want to talk about, that sort of thing. I've been missing everybody, so that's cool. So now the other thing I've been doing is I've been doing lyric sheets and writing out handwritten lyric sheets for people who've ordered them, and I've really enjoyed it. And it's really nice to sort of, you know, get an idea of the songs that people really, really love. And it's extraordinary how many people have ordered this next song. It's between about 3 songs from my career that get ordered the most. And I know I've played this 1,000 times, but I just was writing it one out today and just thought, oh, I've got to play it tonight. So here we go. Wind up sleeping in an empty room. Bottle of wine, the smell of cheap perfume just makes Wanting to see me with another man, on a crown and a grown man chanting outside to say that it's rain again. I'm known as a fool and I got my pride. Let me hear you sing it. I'm gonna cry, baby, but even gonna think it over. I'm gonna crawl just to waste my time. I'm gonna cry, baby, just another victim of you and your hurt kind. Share your bed with him like you do with me. Sure is a shame, but it's no tragedy. I'm not the first, and he won't be the last. So we're packing up my heart and my suitcase, gonna hitch me right to a new home place and start again. A much wiser man. I'm no fool, and I got my pride. Sing it out there into that land. I ain't gonna cry, baby, not even gonna think it over. Think and crawl, that's just a waste of my time. I ain't gonna cry, baby, just another victim of you and your hurt kind. Another victim of you and your hurt kind. Another victim of you. Thank you so much. Thank you for being with me. That's been a lovely half an hour. I've really enjoyed it. Let me know what you think about it. If you've got anything you want to talk about next Thursday, we can talk about anything at all. And just remember my show, my Planet Rock show, which includes the Trailblazers. This week's Trailblazer, I'm not going to tell you. It's a secret until next week. But I'm on between 5 and 7, of course, on Sunday, and it's repeated on Thursdays. Thank you for being here. Like I say, please, 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 drop me a little message if you want anything to talk about, whatever. Any songs you want me to play, any covers, that sort of thing. I'd completely welcome it. Take care of yourselves. See you very soon. Bye.